Hello, and welcome back to the Lust Podcast Show, the show that is rated R for real and not PG for playing games. I am one of your hosts, the Boss Lady.
And I am the D.O.C.
And continue to join us for our weekly conversations about life, culture, and everything else. Get to know us, get to love us. Before we get started, this episode is sponsored by CJS Educational Services as well as CigarJunkies.com. Don't forget to get your merch. We will have some new merch launching soon, so keep an eye on that. But before we jump into this much needed episode, D.O.C., how you doing, sweetie? How you doing?
I'm doing good. This is a much needed break. You know, we took like a 3-4 week break. You got to take care of family business and situations like that. But
self-care.
It feels good to get back to it. You know what I'm saying? Get back in a groove of things. But right now, I'm in a great space. I had a really great weekend, and that's it. Yeah. How about yourself?
Hey, I honestly can't complain. Like he said, we did take a break. Honestly, I didn't realize we probably needed that break. When you just go in and you go on, sometimes you do need to pause. So, pause was needed. But we back at it, serving up that 3-course meal, and we're going to jump right into it. Because, we talking about that book of game. We still on that. We about to be embarking on chapter 14, so we almost over with that. But before we jump into that, we're going to give you your appetizer. So, what is going on with these airplanes? And before you answer that, I want to read something real quick.
Go ahead.
So far in 2025, there has been 113 aviation accidents, according to the National Transportation Safety Board. 15 of those accidents have been fatal. 63 of this year's accidents occurred in January, and the other 50 all took place in February. And here we are in March. That's some alarming statistics. What's your thought on that? What's going on with these airplanes?
Well, you didn't compare year to year, so how do we know if it could be down or up? We don't know.
That's
My
true.
other thing is that January and February, I'm not surprised because those are the snowiest months of the year. So weather is horrible. And we got a rule. We generally don't travel in February, but
at least not by plane.
I did a lot of traveling this February. I mean, for work and for personal pleasure. But I think that it's actually a media-driven thing. I think flying is still one of the safest, if not the safest form of transportation. My thing is that with all the aviation accidents, what I was going to ask you is how many of those were commercial planes as opposed to private planes. So that's what I'm concerned with is the commercial planes. Because you got cargo, commercial, and then private. And so that's what I wanted to know is how many of them. Now, there's been a lot of commercial. We've seen it in the news in the past 2-3 weeks since we've flown. In the past month, I think there's been like 5 or 6, fatal. So there's been an uptick, so to speak, but it doesn't deter me from traveling. So it doesn't deter me from traveling,
I would say this. Honestly, it doesn't deter you. It does make you just kind of pause and I'm not going to lie, for me, it just made me pause and be grateful that all the other flights that I've had, I've never had any issues or never had any major problems, especially with us going to Maldives and us being in the air for a total of like 21 hours.
Yeah, 15 hours one way.
Yeah, I think one leg of our trip was 15 hours, and then the other leg was almost 5.
We didn't have any issues.
We barely even had any turbulence.
It was a 777. Now, I've taken, in this whole month, I've taken 5 plane rides. Now, I would say we had to divert, when I was coming back from New Orleans, we had to divert to Des Moines, Iowa, because of the weather. We were flying into a snowstorm on Valentine's Day. I remember that. Yeah. And so we had to go there, divert, and then we saw what happened in Toronto when you try to land in a snowstorm and that motherfucking plane flipped over.
Yeah. So to me, I felt like even though you were supposed to land at 8, you didn't get back to 1. I felt like your safety was probably more important to divert, fuel up.
It was probably the longest exhausting plane ride I've ever had in my life. It was more exhausting than coming from the Maldives and Qatar.
Yeah,
that shit was exhausting.
Well, you know what? Speaking of,
because there was no food. At least they were feeding me.
Speaking of international travel and being on a plane for 20 hours, quickly, how was your experience with like your first real international travel? When we talk about traveling to there, because honestly, we haven't really had an episode since we were in the Maldives. So, just real quick, how was your experience with the international flight and all that?
I mean, it was just the whole trip was just beautiful. Going to the Maldives, the flight, flying over the ocean was crazy. The Atlantic Ocean, that's like 8 hours just flying over the damn water, and but. It was an amazing experience to go to the Muslim countries, to see the shopping, how people live, the different cultures, the food. Mm-hmm. I've never eaten so much rice and shit in my life. Indian food and curry. But the people were amazing. The beaches, the water, Indian Ocean, just to be in the middle of the ocean, in which you have to take a boat, a speedboat to get to it. It's not accessible by car. Yeah. You have to get there by boat. Yeah. It's about 15, 20 minutes, and they ride at night and day. It doesn't matter. Yeah.
Literally, they ride.
We did snorkeling. What was different was that we did experiences that I've never done before, like snorkeling. That was fucking amazing. Fell off into the Indian Ocean from my villa, slipped. Yo, check out the video later on that. That shit was funny as
hell. The video is up on YouTube now. So
that water is so damn salty.
It is very salty.
Oh my god!
Like literally, the residue of the water.
It's way more salty than the Gulf of Mexico or Atlantic Ocean, anything like that. Pacific.
I would say
how was your experience?
I would say this in a nutshell.
The underwater restaurant. Oh man, that shit was amazing.
I think in a nutshell, it was something different. Something different than we've ever done before. Like I said, the air flight, the travel alone was something different. And I'm not gonna lie, I was very nervous about that, being on a plane for that long, especially when usually 4 hours is the longest I'll go. But I felt like I handled the flight well. I feel like international flights are so much better than domestic flights.
For the service.
The customer service is just like on a whole different level with the international flight, at least for the airline that we took. So it was just constant
lounge access, it was just hotel rooms.
It was crazy. And I'll say this just to the layover, when we went to Doha International in Qatar, like I'll tell you this, it opens your eyes and it starts a hunger in you that makes you want to experience this at least once a year. If you can afford it, it makes you want to really work hard to be able to afford to go to these type of places at least once a year.
Shout out to Iris Martin with Surreal Journey Travel.
That's
who we booked it with. So check them out.
Yep, and it was I'll tell you one thing, the biggest thing about the whole trip was being there with a bunch of other black people. It was just really.
We took over the whole resort, gave it a whole. Yeah, we had them playing Lil Boosie in the middle of the motherfucking Maldives. Lil Boosie. Yeah. They were playing Lil Boosie in the middle of the Maldives.
It is just something. It is something and it's something that you just have to. Even if you don't go to Maldives, just go somewhere that's outside of Gary, Indiana. Yeah. Like that's all. Well, jumping into
shit, niggas don't even go downtown Chicago.
No,
that's
they
like
don't.
A big deal. They scared of
crazy.
They scared of the city.
Travel.
Niggas scared of the city.
I read a post on social media like the other day, and it was about a person who said that they had left here and had moved somewhere else, and they had came back, and they talked to a lot of people that had left here, and they talked about how the tone of the conversation was just so stagnant, and just how closed-minded the people are, like don't travel, nothing like that.
Niggas in Gary, wow.
And it's just like get out of your box, get out of your shell.
It's not even that niggas get caught. Part of it is
get out of your shell.
People may not have. This is the thing. You don't have to necessarily go out of the state or out of the country. Mm-hmm. Like I said, you can just go downtown Chicago. Niggas don't even know. Man, it's like $7 to catch the train one way downtown Chicago. So it's like $15.
It's fun.
And it gets you there in less than an hour.
It's fun.
Drop you off right in the heart of downtown. And it's super safe. But niggas won't even do that. And then, this is the thing. I think your kids is free. 13 and younger.
And then
the kids can ride
different
free.
places you can eat downtown that are not that expensive, that are under $20.
Niggas just different.
Get outside your box. But yeah, that goes back to one of the things we talked about in one of our chapters so far. Because like I said, we are up to chapter 14. And this chapter talks about something that a lot of couples don't like to talk about. And I ain't going to say couples, but just people in relationship. And that is the use of technology in your relationship. I like to call technology a double-edged sword because it can cut you on either end. It's almost a blessing to have the technology that we have. But I also feel like it's a curse, especially when you intertwine that with elements of your relationship. And I would say that technically, technology should be connecting us, not coming in between us. And I think a lot of times, sometimes technology ends up coming between people. And that's not even just in relationships. That's with family and friendships and stuff like that. Technology can easily come between people. So I want to kick off not just talking about the positives and negatives of technology, but I want to ask you, how does technology play a role in your relationship?
What chapter is this of the book again?
This is chapter 14.
All right, just making sure. I'm making sure I'm on.
Ain't he on the show with me?
Yeah, I'm just making sure. Shit, nigga asked for to confirm. Oh. Nigga can't confirm.
Chapter 14, babe.
So, what was your question?
Technology and relationship. We kicking it off with a question? How does technology play a role in your relationship? If it does, I don't know. If
it does. I think that, and this is not a joke that I came up with, but it goes back. I think I heard Chris Rock tell this joke. And he talked about how in today's society, motherfuckers are texting all day. All day. And particularly, I'm talking about the wife is texting the husband all day, back and forth. To the point where when they get home, they ain't got shit to talk about. Well, back in the day, they never saw each other until he got home. And then they talked about whatever the fuck went on at their jobs or in their day. And they had all evening to talk about this shit. Now, I know everything that's going on before motherfucking 3:30. So what is there to talk about? So yes, technology plays a role. I think you can do overuse technology. But there's sometimes technology can be good. Because there's nothing wrong with texting a person. Dropping a text or something like that. But I'm talking about the overuse of it sometimes.
Well, that's the negative, and we're going to get to that. But I think
technology, like I said, depends on how you're using it. I use all type of technology.
Well, the question was, how does technology play a role in your relationship?
Oh, how does it play a role?
Mm-hmm.
I would say that it plays, not significant, but it plays a role. I wouldn't say... How important?
So for me, technology. I feel like technology, to me, my role and the role that technology plays in our relationship for me is for communication.
That's
obviously is for communication. I mean, we all know that. But I also think it's for a source of information, because I think a lot of times, people moving, things that nature, you just don't always have time to go to the old fat. I remember back in the day, you used to read a newspaper like every single day to get your information. And now you can just go to your phone or whatever.
Information is old as fuck now.
Now it is. By the time you get a newspaper, yeah, it is. It's not, yeah.
I don't even know why motherfuckers read newspapers.
That's true. But you need that. That's obviously a good source of technology. But I also think sometimes technology could be bad, because I think a lot of times people can not even realize that you spend more time dealing with your technology or because it's so many different features of technology. So
yeah, it depends on how you use it. Like I said, it can make you more efficient. Like sometimes there are decisions that need to be made immediately.
Okay, so let's break it down like this. Let's talk about the positive side of using technology in your relationships. Obviously, communication. You can do video calls. You can do text messaging through the day. Especially if you're in a long distance relationship, it helps you stay. You can do FaceTime, sexy FaceTime, all that type of stuff.
I'm not doing that. I'm not masturbating on the.
Did I say anything about masturbating? How do you go to the extra? I said nothing. I said nothing about masturbating.
I'm not doing
that.
I
said you can FaceTime with your baby in your long distance relationship. You went straight to masturbation.
I don't even FaceTime that.
Anyway, I think it helps with that. Hey, what about the positive side of technology or relationships in terms of dating opportunities?
Like if you single. When you about to say something beforehand? What was your question? I'm making sure I know what the questions are.
I didn't ask a question. Are you here with me?
I am here with you.
Like, what the hell? I didn't ask a question. I said, let's talk about the positive sides of technology.
So what's so positive?
And I said, we started off with communication.
Okay, communication.
And I said, video calls, text messaging.
Okay.
I said, especially when you're in a long distance relationship, the FaceTime, all that.
Yeah.
I said, now let's talk about the positive sides of technology when it comes in terms of using it for dating.
Oh, dating.
Dating.
Yeah, I think it's cool. I think if you know how to use it, especially social media, you can use it to date people. I've known people that have met people through positive and negative.
Yes.
But you can make connections with.
I know somebody who is almost close to getting married and then met that person online. So I think that there's also
fellas always get permission to go on the DM. Don't just blindly.
Yeah, and obviously it's
fellas rules. Don't send dick pics either.
Yeah,
unless she's exchanging them type of pictures with you.
That's so common
no,
now.
It's not. These niggas are fucking stupid.
That's what I'm talking about. It's common now for a guy to ask to be a friend request, and then a girl say yeah, and then within the first day, he already sending dick pics. WYD. No, we're not dick pic. We ain't WYD.
Yeah, that's creep shit.
Now, keeping the spark alive.
Yeah. How
can you use technology in your relationship to keep your spark alive?
Order flowers through the flower app. Yes, I do. Using technology just like that. Cool, baby.
I like it because you can do the sexy e-cards and the sexy GIFs. GIFs. Like you could use that to do that. You can do videos. You can send videos
I'm not doing no, I'm not masturbating in no video.
I'm not talking about masturbating. I'm talking about you may have a video on your phone from back then, and you just want to send it to your girl to be hey, you got this to look forward to tonight. You sent her that video.
Once again, that's a masturbation sex video.
Oh my God.
I'm not doing that.
Oh my God. So you would never, if you was out of town and it's late at night, you would never send me an old video of us or something like that? That would be weird to send me a video of us.
I just call you and talk to you.
Oh my God. Well, I'm going to send a video. I like sending videos. Let you open up your phone and be dang.
What, man? This is just taking it too far.
How's it taking it too far?
Nobody got time for all that. Just call you and talk to you.
I can call you and talk to you, but if I can't call you and talk to you, I could send you pictures and messages.
So I'm sitting at a business meeting, and then I get a video or something.
Well, make sure your volume is always down when you're at work. Maybe that's why I miss so many calls when I'm at work, because I always have my volume down.
Yeah.
Because you never know what you're going to do. Okay. Anyway, I still say communication, using technology can be very positive in a relationship. What about the dark side of technology in relationships? Let's talk about social media.
Yeah.
What about social media relationships?
Once again, my only thing with the social media, we talked about this before, is that make sure you stay in front of the narrative, control the narrative, whatever that is with social media. There are certain rules. I think for every couple is different. So whatever rules y'all have about certain things, y'all need to talk about that.
I'm about to go.
I know one thing I think is weird that people that be in relationships and they don't disclose it on social media. I always wonder why do people have that.
Yeah, that's weird. Especially when
I could see
especially when you know they're when you already know
and you niggas
couple.
ain't famous, ain't got no security issues.
And sometimes y'all even live together.
Yeah.
But still won't claim each other on social media.
That's kind of weird to me. And everybody know that y'all.
And then like y'all will go to an event together, but then post pictures separately. Never tag each other in the pictures.
Like they want to give this allure that they're single when everybody knows that you're not.
Yeah,
so you got, but with social media, you got to communicate because there's some people that have a problem with you liking or even hearting another, the opposite sex picture or commenting. So everybody, I'm not gonna get into all of that because we don't have those issues.
But I think it's good to have an understanding that within your relationship, that's okay.
Yeah, we don't have an issue.
I think it's okay to be like, I don't care if you hearts of female picture, like go for what you know, like. Yeah, don't bother me.
Yeah, we don't.
Now I would tell you this: in the absolute beginning.
Yeah, you did.
In the absolute beginning, that probably was like 10 years ago. I did have an issue with it at first because I guess I didn't do it the same way.
What the fuck am I supposed to be looking at? Niggas with their shirts off?
No, I'm like, look at it, but don't like it. Don't act like you like it.
Oh my God.
Again, that was in the beginning. I don't care now. You can heart that shit, like it. You can even go up in the bitch DM. Like, whoa, what's up? Yo. It wouldn't bother me at all. Now, this is what I think is bad with the social media, with technology and relationships. When people start comparing their relationships to relationships that they see on social media, because that causes a lot of jealousy. It causes, even to a certain extent, it even causes mistrust in other people's relationship, because then people think that you doing what they see on social media. Like, no, everybody ain't right. That'd be the pitfalls of social media to me when it comes to relationships and stuff. Yeah. Like, why we gotta go to this restaurant now all of a sudden because you see 10 couples going to this restaurant? We've been going to the other type of restaurants we going to. Now we gotta change it up now because we seen it on social media. See, that'd be the bad part of that. How about over reliance on digital communication?
Yeah, you can't have an over reliance on it.
I think a lot of people lose the face-to-face connection.
I talked to somebody today and I sent them a text. And they was like, they immediately called and was like, man, nigga, just call. We could talk, I can talk. Yeah. And I was like, no, I understood because today's Sunday and this person goes to church. So I know Sunday they real packed on Sunday. They may have had so I didn't want to do that. So I was just texting them, telling them, and so we end up talking. So that could be one. Because I'm old school. I actually prefer to talk.
And I was about to say, generally, older people...
I prefer to talk as opposed to
prefer phone calls. Mm-hmm. Generally, middle-aged to lower prefer texting.
Because all my homies prefer phone calls.
The problem with texting and fucking using emojis to write paragraphs is that people misunderstand that shit. So now, my whole message is like pewing over your head because... That's
the reason why I prefer talking. You can hear tone. You can hear the cadence of the nigga lying or not.
That's true. That is so true. Because I think, I think a lot of shit gets lost in communication. To the point where, I don't know if you noticed this, but I've noticed this. It's so bad that, like, even on special occasions and holidays, people revert to just texting.
So let's talk about this.
Like, people will say, happy birthday through
I just got my 50th, and I had I'm not going
through social media only, but won't text you. They'll do it through social media, but won't.
So this is what I'm about to say with this, and some people may get mad, but I'm not gonna get no names. But certain people, if we have a certain type of relationship, I expect a motherfucking phone call for certain things. That ain't nothing but happy birthday, nigga, and keep it moving. At the least a text, but just putting that shit on social media, that don't suffice for me. And niggas know me, that my close homies, I'm calling y'all. Niggas know that. I'm calling. And then if I don't get you, and then I followed up with a text. Yeah. But it's just certain, that ain't shit, man.
Is so common
but that's common.
It's a bad comment.
Yeah, that's not cool, G. Like, certain people in your
put it on my Facebook wall.
Hit them up.
But you won't text me.
Yeah, so.
That's weird. I do think shit like that. How about this? Another dark side of technology and relationship. They even talk about text addiction. Being addicted to, well, a lot of people, some people text say addiction. That, I never heard of well, partners being distracted by their phones during quality time. You're on a date with your person, and half the date, this person is on their phone.
So, hold on.
Playing around on their phone.
Phone addiction, and you said text addiction.
I said tech.
Oh, tech. T-E-C-H. I thought you meant T-E-X-T.
No, I'm saying tech addiction.
Just say phone addiction. That's the white people way. Niggas don't say tech. So phone addiction. All
right. So being distracted by your phone with your partner.
I mean, yeah, especially with these. I mean, I watched my daughter have a complete fucking meltdown when the internet went around when they couldn't use their phone. Like, motherfucker completely lost her fucking mind. Y'all, this was actually fucking. I saw a whole nother side of my daughter. Like, this motherfucker went nuts. I had to call my wife. She went nuts. I mean, nobody, I don't know what happened, but it was the day that Verizon went out of service all across the country. Yeah. It was like 6-8 hours. I don't know what the fuck they was doing. And some government shit. So could nobody couldn't use their phone. You couldn't use the shit. Yes. I couldn't do my fucking. I was remote that day. Couldn't use that because the internet is on Verizon, and she lost it. I say, go read a fucking book. Go watch fucking. I don't know. You got Netflix movies downloaded. You can't use it, but you can watch the downloaded. I don't know. Get the fuck out my face. She lost it. So yes, I know for a fact there's an over reliance on that shit, especially. I would say 40 and younger.
I say that one thing that I notice when I'm around certain people is the constant notifications, the constant need to know everything when it happens. So you can literally be at a work thing, and before people silence their phone, like before the work meeting start, you will literally hear people's phones vibrating. Or ding, ding, dinging because they got this coming through.
But this is the thing. Once again, why does that bother you? Why are you trying to police?
No, I'm not policing it.
You don't know what kind of notifications
this is one of the points that they bring up.
That don't mean nothing.
This is just a point.
My thing is, I don't care.
Because when you're constantly checking the notifications, it's taken away from you being next to the person or next to the person. That was the whole
what the fuck? They don't know what you're doing. I remember one time you got mad at me. What you doing? I'm trying to make motherfucking dinner reservations at Bavette's. That's what I was trying to do. I'm trying to book a flight. That's what I'm trying to do. I'm looking at the fucking
take away
thing.
From the fact that you doing that. It still
my thing is quit. Why do grown people try to police other grown people's behavior? If that motherfucker wants to be on the phone,
that people do a lot.
I don't care. If you want to be on the phone, boss lady, if you want to be on the phone for 18 hours of your day versus my 8 hours of my day.
The whole point is we're talking about the negative sides of technology in your relationship. If your mate is with you 12 hours and he spends 10 of the hours on the phone,
you don't know what they're doing with the phone, bro.
It don't matter. You don't know how to balance that time out and not make the whole 12 hours that you would have made. Bro? Cause you act like you keep forgetting.
No, that's stupid. That don't make sense.
Okay. Anyway, last point about negatively how technology can affect your relationship is privacy and boundary issues. I think that is something people need to talk about. Meaning like sharing too much, oversharing with people, even to a certain extent, I don't know, almost snooping around and shit. All that.
Well, I think it first starts with, I never understood, I get it when you have minors, but I never understood why, unless you're a prostitute and you gotta be tracked, I don't understand why people need to be tracking people.
Are you talking about location?
That's what you're talking about.
Oh,
That's what I'm thinking of. So I'm thinking like that. So for me, it starts with that. So if I want your location all the time, I'm having trust issues. I got control issues. I'm possessive. Do I have your location? No, I don't. I know where you at. At least you say you at, and if you're not. What I'm gonna do? Once again, I just said I can't police grown people's behavior. I don't even try to. I don't give a fuck. Do what you gonna do. So yeah.
I don't say you don't give a fuck.
No, you know what I'm talking about, man. I don't sit around worried about what's going on like that, man. Like, what is she doing over here? What is she do? Why is she over there for 5 minutes? You know what I'm saying? That type of shit. I don't, man, care about that shit. Going through a nigga phone. But I believe that people should have boundaries and should respect that. I don't think you should be going through your spouse's or your partner's phone. What are you going through their fucking phone for? And then you get mad, you see, and then what you gonna see? You see something? You shouldn't be going through your phone.
Very fast, what you just said.
Yeah, but I think me, I don't go through your phone. I don't believe you go through my phone. And you have access to. I don't know. Everybody different, man. Everybody different.
Well, I do think it's some healthy ways to utilize technology in your relationship, and I do think that if you are gonna. If your phone is a source of many outlets, meaning that you're using your phone for work, you use it for this, you use it for this, I do think that within a relationship, you still need to create some like free zones, some tech free zone times. Like, I don't know, maybe no phone during dinner or no phone the last hour before we get ready to go to bed, so we can focus on getting romantic earlier or whatever. But
so like that mean no, you say no text or no TV?
No, I'm not talking about.
That's why I said quit saying text. Say TV. Say phone. Say no
Jesus,
phone.
That's really bothering you that I'm saying text.
Yeah, that's
but I do think that you have to create like some boundaries in a relationship.
I disagree to have rules.
I ain't talking about having rules.
You can be fluid. Like
you can be fluid, but I think
we're not gonna use it before we go to bed. Well, what if I'm booking a reservation or looking at something?
I'm not even going as far as because I don't care what you do before you go to bed. Like,
what if I'm reading a book?
If you don't want to pay attention to me walking around half naked because you're looking at your phone all night, go ahead and book hotel rooms while I'm sitting here half naked. That's you.
What are you talking about?
I'm talking about creating at least some type of tech free time throughout your day when you with your spouse. Like, you telling me that we can't eat dinner together without you playing on your phone?
That's not what I'm saying.
That's what we was talking about.
Well, I don't know where you was going to me, all right, can I say something? All right, let me explain what I'm saying. This creating rules, maybe that's what I'm having an issue with wrapping my
nobody's creating a rule.
This is the thing. I think that a motherfucker should have common sense to put their phone down while they eat.
The funny thing is that because you think it's a rule, your natural disposition is to go against the rule.
Yeah,
that's the problem. That is.
I don't like rules. You trying to
exactly. It's what I just said. Because hold on,
let me finish. But let me finish. So,
man,
if I'm eating dinner, I'm gonna put the phone down.
Man.
If we watch the TV,
don't let your phone replace. Don't let your phone.
If we having sex, I'm gonna put the phone down. So what are you talking about? I don't get it.
I'm just saying it doesn't have to be a rule, but it should be an understanding that when we go to dinner or we at dinner, at least that's one time of the day that we don't have to sit here and play with our phones. That's all I'm saying. We're talking about healthy ways of using your phone in a relationship. Healthy ways.
If your relationship sucks, it ain't because of the phone usage. That's all
well, we're not saying that. Once again, did you forget what the episode is about?
Maybe you being on your phone keep you from arguing with that motherfucker.
Jesus, the whole point is just to talk about, again, technology could be a double-edged sword. Do you not agree with that? Anyway.
Yeah, I do.
Anyway, y'all. The whole point is that technology can enhance your relationship, and it can also.
Yeah, just don't send them 100 text messages about your whole day. Just wait till they get home. I mean, that's
now you know. And then if a person stops sending text messages, you would be wondering what that person.
It don't bother me. It don't bother me.
Okay, so
you don't answer my fucking phone calls and shit. No goddamn way.
So the thing is, how can you sit up here and critique me about sending text messages?
Because you send them all day.
When you getting upset about nobody picking up your phone call.
Because I call what is important.
Nigga, you call like once every couple of weeks. If I didn't text you throughout the day, you would go like 13, 15 hours without saying shit to me all day.
I'm seeing you when I come home. Then we have a great conversation.
But then let me come home late. You sitting here mad.
No, I'm not.
Anyway, y'all. Y'all get the gist. Because I'm not going to keep doing this with the D.O.C. today. I don't know what he got in his little Fiji water bottle. No. But anyway, on to our dessert, which is Fair or Foul. And this is the technology edition of Fair or Foul. Since I can't say tech. But the first one is, and y'all know how fair or foul is. If you like it, it's fair. If you don't, it's foul. You tell me why. First thing, going through your partner's phone. Is that fair or foul?
That's fucking foul, bro. It's super foul. You have super trust issues. Like, especially if you going through it without them knowing and you looking to look for DMs, you looking for pictures, shit. You know who I'm DM. I tell you before I DM the motherfuckers. Porn, I share the porn with you. Like, look at this shit. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. So, it ain't nothing else in my phone. I don't got no illegal shit. I ain't doing nothing else with the motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? I'm just keeping it real. I don't know. I can't speak what other niggas are doing. But that's about all I'm doing. Shoot a motherfucker a DM or two. Or look at a porn site or two. Share it with you. That's it. Other than that, what else could you do?
I think it's also foul.
Yeah, you shouldn't be going through.
I think now, this is my thing. If you have an issue about something, I say bring it to that person with them. And if you have a thing or just be like, yo, can you, and y'all look together, but to go snooping around, because I've always,
I caught you up.
I've always been under the thing, and my mom always told me this: you go snooping, you're gonna find something you shouldn't be looking for. You're gonna find something you don't want to see because you're snooping.
You're gonna find out anyway.
My thing is just ask the person. Just communicate. Hey, I had this feeling.
I ain't gonna lie. I think guys that get caught cheating, they get caught. They want
to get caught. I think some of them want to get caught. They be wanting to get out the relationship. They don't be wanting to break up. So if they get caught cheating, she'll break up with them.
The niggas, y'all,
and then they can just walk away scot-free.
Right. So that's a fucked up thing, ladies. Y'all think that's
the thing.
Y'all niggas think y'all be catching them niggas up.
I think they be wanting to get caught.
Half them niggas.
Some of them want to get caught. Now, some of them are just dumb.
So this is the thing. Half of them want to get caught. They really do, because like you just said, that's the easiest way to get out the relationship.
Yeah.
Then the other side, it's this warped thing. They think that if she knows that another lady wants me, she gonna want me more and fight for me.
That's crazy too.
No, that
could backfire too.
For grown people, that shit's stupid. If you in high school, baby, but for grown people, that shit gonna backfire.
Yeah, that's gonna backfire.
These women shoot and stab. Now,
how about this? Fair or foul? Online dating, fair or foul?
Fair.
Okay, I think it's fair too.
In this day and age, it's fair.
I think anybody should. If anybody want to try dating, if that's your thing, that's your dynamic, you do it.
This is what I mean by online dating. Not just using one of them apps. Online dating is if you hit a motherfucker up through their DM and you converse back and forth.
Hold on.
That's online dating.
One. So couples sharing a social media page, is that fair or foul?
If it's business.
Okay.
Yeah.
What about outside of business?
Nah, I'm not sharing no motherfucking page with you. Jimmy, motherfucker.
Wait a minute, time out. Well, first of all, we technically do. We do have a podcast.
That's what I said for business, nigga.
But
I'm not doing no boss lady. And
I didn't like the way
we gonna take pictures where we all doing them crazy poses and shit.
Time out. But I didn't like your reaction to saying that you wouldn't do a page with me. I didn't like your reaction.
What was my reaction?
It was like, no, I ain't doing no page with you.
No, never. That's man, I'm doing a page. What would I do? What am I promoting?
This is the thing. Well, I've seen it. I saw it, and I saw it on a personal level. Well, like a couple,
they have a page.
They have a page together, and their profile name is that person and that person.
And it's
a regular page.
Not
promoting the business. It's their personal page. Their profile pictures.
Why can't they just tag each other like you do?
They cover pages them as a couple.
Why can't they just tag?
Usually all the posts is about them as a couple, but
That's what I'm saying. Are they selling the couple?
No.
They promoting that as a brand?
No, that's just how they are.
Content creators?
Them
niggas is weird.
Yeah. How about this? Flirting or picking up people online.
There's nothing wrong with that. That's what DMing is.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
I always say, guys,
even if you're married, and there ain't nothing wrong with that. Even if you're married,
it depends. Y'all gotta have an understanding of y'all marriage. Every marriage is different. Okay. There's some marriages. Now let me ask you this: what type of understanding do you need to have to be married and be DMing people when you're married? What do you mean? Whatever your understanding is. Okay. As long as that person and she can't or he can't allow you to do any motherfucking
That's
thing.
True, because nobody allow another grown person.
You communicate with that person, and if that person does not have an issue with that, then it's fair game. If she does or he does, I wouldn't do that. No. And then if you do, it's making sure that they keep in the loop about that.
Okay, last two real quick. Stalking people online.
Cheech, of course that's fucking foul, and you can go to jail. What the fuck? What the fuck kind of question?
No, when I say this is what I mean also.
Yeah, that's fair. Stalk the bitch.
No, but this is what I also mean by this. Okay? Yes, stalking is wrong.
What the fuck is you talking about?
Stalking is foul. What I'm asking,
I guess anyway. I want to hear this shit.
Let me rephrase.
How the fuck can stalking be fair? They don't even make sense.
It's not fair. I'm trying to get out what I'm trying to say. What I mean is, when I say stalking, what I also mean by that is, like, if you're trying to find out something, like if you're trying to get to know a person before you meet them, right? And you go on a page, and what I mean is just stalking, like just being figuratively speaking, like you're stalking them online. Like you're literally going to their page to find out stuff about them and all that.
It's called background check. It's not stalking.
Well, it could be stalking depending on how much background check you're doing.
Stalking has negative intentions. So you doing a background check to find out where the bitch work at so you can go bust up in the head and throw in the back of your trunk? Yes, that's wrong. Like, the fuck are you talking about, bro? Yeah, I'm doing an investigation. So I see where the bitch eat at, where she shop at. I don't clock her in the head, throw in the trunk. Yeah, that's illegal. Why the fuck would you want to do that, bro? What are you talking about? There's no way that stalking can be a positive thing under no circumstances. To do investigations, whatever the fuck you talking about, man?
All right, last one.
What are you talking about?
Last one, fair or foul. When you go to concerts and they make you lock up your phone, is that fair or foul?
They used to do that Dave Chappelle comedy. That's what I've seen it at.
Is that fair or foul? Or just going to a party, period, where they won't let you bring your phone in, where they make you put your phone.
Everybody roses. As long as they inform you of the rules before you go, because you have. And once you buy a ticket, you said that you have no problem with these people rules.
So that's fair. So
that's like you going in a venue and they have it on their thing saying that it's going to be recorded. And you go in there and you're like, man, wait, nigga, they told you going to be recorded, nigga. Yeah, you in here with your side bitch. You should have, you obviously didn't read the sign, nigga.
So that's fair.
In the commercial with the bitch. He's like, I seen you in the commercial with the bitch. You can't even say that, nigga. Yeah.
So I guess that is fair. All right, well, that's all I got for you. You know, this technology thing, you can still be, it's still a lot more layered to this technology in your relationship.
You got all this technology shit, you trying to make it bad. You got this computer phone, this shit, all this shit. And you talking about put it away. No, you don't. You need it. Shit, you don't even put it away with sex. Why not? Because I'm filming while I'm having sex. I'm filming.
Okay, so let me ask you one last question. Could you go 24 hours without your phone?
No, I could not because I'm checking my money.
There you go. I'm checking my money.
I'm checking my money.
Okay, last question.
That's when the nigga get me when my phone gone.
Has social media strengthened or weakened your relationship?
It's done now. It hasn't had no effect.
Okay, good.
I wasn't take no phone.
Well, good. Good. Okay.
I mean, you can't get to capture them videos and relive some of the moments. Like, damn, I didn't know she could do it like that. You know what I'm saying?
You always gotta go nasty, man.
I'm just saying,
masturbating.
So that's what I'm saying. People say I don't use my phone doing sex. well, you obviously your shit is not good enough because I done did some shit. I need to record this shit. Did you just see that shit?
Oh my god!
So I need to record this shit.
You know what I'm saying? On that
note, so I'm just saying, niggas say I use my phone in all phases of my life.
On that note, y'all, use technology however you want to use technology in your relationship.
Don't police
human behavior at the end of the day. Let people be who they are, and y'all relationship will be better. So with that being said, I'm going to say peace and hair.
I'm going to tell you, if you niggas not using y'all phone to record yourself, obviously y'all not doing nothing good. I'm just fucking saying. You got to hit some of that. You like, look at this shit.
This dude here. Anyway, y'all, we love y'all. Like us, hit that subscribe button. Good night. Talk to y'all later.
Peace.
Adios.
Peace, love.
This dude here is off the chain, man. Y'all don't understand.
See that shit. Who knows? I may drop a video or two. I got so much content. I can open up all the fans.
Oh my god! Here we go. On that note.